We are going to learn about Will's story. I cannot wait. I am so mad. I don't want the audiobook. Hey, what's up? My name is Ange. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi again. I'm Ange. I love to read and not make YouTube videos about it. Over the course of this video, I read Meet Me at the Lake by Carley Fortune. This is her newest novel. This one follows Fern and Will. You and me in 1 year, don't let me down. Fern Brookbanks has wasted far too much of her adult life thinking about Will Baxter. She spent just 24 hours in her early 20s with the aggravatingly attractive and idealistic artist, a chance encounter that spiraled into a day-long adventure in the city. The timing was wrong, but their connection was undeniable. They shared every secret, every dream, and made a pact to meet again 1 year later. Fern showed up, and Will didn't. At 32, Fern's life doesn't look at all how she once imagined it would. Instead of living in the city, Fern's back home, running her mother's lakeside resort, something she vowed she'd never do. The place is in disarray, her ex-boyfriend is the manager, and Fern doesn't know where to begin. She needs a plan, a lifeline. To her surprise, it comes in the form of Will, who arrives 9 years late, suitcase in tow and an offer to help on his lips. Will may be the only person who understands what Fern's going through, but how can she possibly trust this expensive suit-wearing mirage who seems nothing like the young man she met all those years ago? Will is hiding something, and Fern's not sure she wants to know what it is, but 10 years ago, Will Baxter rescued Fern. Can she do the same for him now? And let's get into it. So, it is day 1 of reading this. It is Sunday, June 4th. I'm gonna start reading Meet Me at the Lake. The way that her mother passed. That is so traumatic. So I'm reading. One day, I expected it to be like, at least like a couple month, like, romance between the two. One day, I spent just one day with Will and it changed my life. No! Literally like running away from him the minute that she saw him, so the time that they spent together must have ended pretty badly for her to literally be sprinting away. You don't know? He sounds confused. I'm here to help, he says, lowering his voice. What are you talking about? Your mother didn't tell you? She hired me as a business consultant. Theories. 1 year later, when he was supposed to show up and didn't, she was so heartbroken that she ended up telling her mother everything, blah blah blah, like whatever. And the mother like had this like plan all set up to like reunite them once she passed, but like then that theory is like kind of weird because she passed in a car accident. Like she didn't know that she was gonna die, so it's like, well, it might be a little bit far-fetched doing that. I've collected my thoughts and I've thought about it. What I'm thinking is that she was so heartbroken after the 1 year date when they were supposed to meet and he didn't show up, that she ended up telling her mother everything. So like obviously she says like that her mother saved her life, but Will taught her how to make it her own, and she maybe didn't tell her mom about this because she had a boyfriend back home, but maybe like obviously something happened here. So what I'm thinking is that the 1 year after when he didn't show up, so this is now again like he's 9 years late, so it's 10 years later, the mom set something into place. Now Jamie, the manager, her ex-boyfriend, keeps saying how they had a plan in place for this, plan in place for that, plan in place for this. So I'm like, maybe there was a plan in place for if something were to ever happen, let's have this business consultant come and help. But I don't know, because it's not like she knew she was going to pass away. Like, she passed in a car accident. So I'm not like 100% on that. But it's kind of weird that her mother hired him. Maybe she didn't know, maybe it's a big coincidence, but I feel like, off the top of my head, I feel like this wasn't a coincidence, and that the mom did this to like help her and like set her up in a way, you know? Okay, so my theory might have been all wrong, because Will was there last summer and that's when he met her, so ignore everything that I just said. Last clips that you saw was this morning. It is now 8:52 at night, and I am picking back up on chapter 4. My nails go good with this. Best part for me so far. Meet Me at the Lake playlist, YouTube. I don't want the audiobook. Summer love song reading playlist. What about that? That give me something? Falling in love on a warm summer morning while watching the sunrise. Alright. I can dig it. He said, "You wouldn't have liked who I was back then." Well, apparently she did, though. So, Will Baxter, what really were you back then? That Fern here didn't know about. Spoiler, mural thing, so cute. The fern, adorable. Love that. And the fact that she just, like, made him the fern in the coffee without, like, even realizing. What is a fern? What does a fern even look like? I know it's like a little plant, but, like, fern. Oh. Okay, that's a basic coffee thing. I love that she only does that for people that she, like, really liked. Like, that was cute that she did that for him. I'm on chapter 6. I wonder what we're gonna discover about them. I feel like it's really gonna break my heart. We're gonna read, like, one more chapter and then we're gonna call it a night. I'm exhausted, so a few more pages. Anyone else count the pages before you start a chapter? I can't just stop in the middle of something. This book. First I was like getting a little like, oh, I feel like it's gonna be kind of boring, like I need more like action, like, but no, I think I like this book. I'm already almost 100 pages into it. I ended up reading one more page than I thought, or I'm sorry, I ended up reading one more chapter than I thought. This is the next day. We are reading, we're on chapter 9. Let's get into it. Reading check-in. We are about a third of the way through. I'm on chapter 11. Thoughts so far. I'll keep it short, I'll keep it sweet, because I don't want to spoil anything. we've been going back and forth between then and now. I'm ready for the action to start rolling. Page 156. We are going to learn about Will's story. I cannot wait. Okay, let's get it. So that's why he never showed up. My heart hurts. So the opportunity has come up where she's gonna have to like seriously start thinking about what she's going to do. I know what she's gonna do. I mean, like, come on, like, you know what's gonna happen, but like, I wonder when she's gonna realize it. Reading update. I am just under 2/3 of the way done. I'm on starting chapter 16. I'm probably gonna turn in for the night, or at least for the time being, because it's already like 7 something. But update on what I've been reading so far. Learned a little bit about Will. I think that's pretty much it for like his story. I'm really interested to learn about Fern, because we still have not really learned about like what she did back then, or like why she was so mad at her mom, or like all those things. But I feel like we're coming up to it because we're getting to like the 3rd act kinda. So I'm excited to hear about it. Fern and Will have me kicking my feet like a little kid. I love them. I really like him, because at first I was like, alright, this artist dude, like, who's he gonna be? Because I feel like he's gonna be a stuck-up snob now that he's like this business dude, whatever. And Fern just like makes my heart hurt. I love her and I feel so bad for her. And she just, what I really like about this story so far is that it just feels so real. I really like it. I'm glad I picked this one up. Again, chapter 16. I will check back in when I'm almost done. Well, look at us, same spot, different day. It is Wednesday. I left off on chapter 17. I read a little bit more after I finished filming yesterday. Unfortunately, I probably will not finish tonight like I thought I was going to, but you know. She's made a decision about the resort. Coming up on chapter 18. Everything's just ducky right now. And here comes Will, coming to ruin everything. Well, actually, Will being sketch about the situation. Like, let's be open, let's be honest. I mean, like, they barely know each other though, so let's be honest. Like, I don't know. But again, this much left, and here comes Will, beginning to ruin everything. Peter is breaking my heart. I picture Peter as such like a sweet man. It literally makes my heart ache. We are on page 244, chapter 22. There is 300, I think in technically 6 because of the short epilogue, but 305 pages left, or 305 total pages, 306 with the epilogue. Let's get reading. I think I can get through a good portion, if not finish it tonight. Will. Not a fan of the insta love thing. I like how they're going now, they're getting to know each other, all that sort of thing. But like, how did you feel this connection? You hung out with this man for like a few hours, like what, like 8 hours probably, like max. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on the amount of hours, but like the insta love thing just like isn't really for me. How do you have such strong feelings for him and vice versa, but like we're not seeing his perspective when I feel like you guys barely know each other? Like, you hung out for a few hours, saw some things, like talked, but not like really. I feel like she feels such a strong connection to Will because he's the first person outside of everybody who knew her back at home. I'm sorry, Will did what? I'm so angry. I don't like him. I'm so unhappy right now. I hate him. Oh. I am so mad. Yeah, girl, light all his suits on fire. Same. Literally bugging out. I cannot believe what I just read about the day that they were supposed to meet 1 year later. If you read it, you know what I'm talking about. I don't like Will anymore. It's ruined. Including the epilogue. I have like 3 pages left, so we're gonna read it together. I really liked that epilogue. Okay. Well, I finished it. I'll give my thoughts tomorrow. I have to sit on it a little bit and think about it. But that was Meet Me at the Lake by Carley Fortune. If you haven't read it and you don't want the spoiler section, this is the section for you. So I finished this. I rated it 3.5 stars overall. My rating did go down because of the ending. We were staying around like a 4-star. It definitely wasn't 5 stars for me, but the ending really like screwed me up. I was not a fan of Will, and I'll say that in the spoiler section as well. I'll keep this one short. Didn't love Will. I loved watching Fern grow. All around, I liked every summer after better. So if you have read it and want the spoiler section, or if you're not going to read it but want spoilers anyway, or whatever the heck it is, then this is the section for you. 3.5 out of 5. Now, we were at a 4-star until the ending because I hate Will. He just like vanished. Like, I just wasn't happy with him. So let's talk about my cons first, and this is everything that's coming from Goodreads. The insta love thing is just not for me. Like, they knew each other for like what, like 12 hours. Like, how do you think about this man for the next however many years when you literally were with him for 12 hours? Like, I don't think that he was that exciting or important or whatever. However, upon further thought, it might be because of everything that Fern was going through that she was like, oh, this guy knows me as just Fern Brooksbanks and not like Fern Brookbanks from like the resort. So she was like, oh, he knows me for me and blah 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 blah, and he knows all this stuff and whatever. But maybe she feels like some type of connection to him because he doesn't know the Fern Brookbanks from there. Oh, really? Had to pause for the speedboat. But again, the insta-love thing just wasn't for me. Like, I think it's maybe because he just didn't know Fern Brookbanks from the resort and he just knows Fern from the coffee shop. Maybe that's why. But like, I wouldn't be parading around somewhere with a guy who was literally painting in the coffee shop. If that were me, I'd be like, yeah, bye, let's close up. I wish someone would stay with me, but that's me. I'm mad at Will. I just didn't like him. Like, I understood like him wanting to be there for like his sister and her daughter and everything like that, and taking on that like role as his niece's father, but like, I get how it could get in the way. I get how other women were mad at it, whatever. I applaud him for stepping up and doing that. However, I don't know. I just didn't like him. I wasn't a fan. Especially at the end where he just like disappeared and everything like that, and just like, you just like took off. Like, you're like a grown man. Like, what are you doing? But whatever. I wasn't a fan of him. Just all around, I was like, Fern could do better. I don't really like Will. Wasn't really a fan. Now let's talk about the pros of this book. I got through very quickly. I felt like it was a very fast-paced read. There wasn't anything about the writing that I didn't like, because I really do like Carley Fortune's writing. Like I said, I really loved Every Summer After. The biggest pro for me, though, is I loved watching Fern grow as a person. I know that she didn't want to run the resort, but then going back there, she's like, wait, I actually love it. It takes a lot to take over something that is just thrown at you like that. Fern was a badass for taking over the business like that. It was thrown into her lap. It wasn't something that she wanted, but she knows that it was important, and it has been in her family for so long with her mom and then her grandparents, and how important it was to her mom. I know that those are really big shoes to step into, and everybody kept reminding her of that. You really watched her grow as a person throughout the story. Not even just because of the flashbacks of when she was a kid and everything like that. Like, you really start to see her grow up and be like, you know what, this is the right thing to do, this is what I should do. I was absolutely astonished that he showed up that day but then didn't go and talk to her. Like, why are you going to go through all this to get there if you weren't actually even going to go down there and talk to her, but you can sketch her? Like, I'd be pissed. I'm just saying, I'd be so mad. The epilogue made me very happy. Now again, I was not happy with them as a couple at the end of it, or really like about like, let's say like here, I was not really happy with them as a couple, but the epilogue and seeing her write, because I really did like the letter part of it, the journals, I really did like the journal part of it, so I was really happy to see the epilogue with her talking to her future daughter. Loved Peter, was definitely one of the highlights of the book for me. I wish that he was her dad. I'm sad that he wasn't her dad, because I thought that that's how that was going to be, especially when we were reading through the journals and we know that he loved the mom and everything like that. I was very upset that they didn't get the proper time together. I wish I had more of them. I was more interested in them than I was in Fern and Will, honestly, throughout the whole thing. Peter deserved better. Love Peter. If you enjoyed this reading vlog, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all next time. Bye!